Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to InfoComm 2017 and the Crestron booth. How's everybody doing? You feeling all right? Feeling good? That's about as good as it gets. All right, fair enough. Well, come on in. Let's settle in. We got a great presentation for you. You've got to be tired by now. I got free seating up front, so come on down. We are going to talk about enterprise room solutions. Now, when we talk about enterprise room solutions, we mean all the rooms across your enterprise. We want to make sure that they're simple to deploy, simple to be able to monitor and manage and maintain. We want to make sure that they're scalable, right? Because we want to make sure that we have purpose-built, activity-based rooms across the entire enterprise. And these days, there's not just dozens, there are hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of spaces that people want to work, meet, collaborate. Half of them aren't even rooms anymore, right? They're spaces. They got little nooks. They got little, free-form spaces. You're nodding. You know what I'm talking about, right? So there's not a one-size-fits-all for everything, but it does have to be simple, scalable, and most importantly, secure, right? If it's going to be deployed across the entire enterprise, it's going on the network. If it's going on the network, it better be secure, right down to the product level. Every single Crestron product supports your standard network protocols. So we're able to authenticate who is accessing the network, what devices are going on or trying to access the network, and we are encrypting the content on the network. So we are fully secure, leveraging all the standard protocols right inside each of the products. And that is unique to Crestron. Now, you probably think about Crestron. I know historically we've thought about Crestron for the more sophisticated, larger rooms, right? Now, some of you may be familiar. Over the last few years, we've been making great strides in creating very simple solutions for those more basic rooms. Anybody been doing that recently? Been using some of our DM simple solutions in some of the rooms? We got some people over here. Thank you very much. It's awesome. So what we're trying to do is build out these spaces that are purpose-driven, or maybe you've heard the phrase activity-based rooms. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. We know this, right? One size does not fit all. It kind of depends on the space. It depends on what you want to do in that space. Now, there are some IT companies that are pushing their way into the AV industry that really want to have a one-size-fits-all. They want to put a conference phone or a video phone right in the middle of the office floor. Now, how's that going to go over? Can you imagine? Got a big, loud speakerphone right in the middle of the floor while everybody's trying to work? That's not the right solution. But we have the right solution for those spaces. Also, what about divisible rooms? Sometimes you want to do multi-window processing. Sometimes you want to do video walls. Sometimes you have courtrooms, interactive learning, auditoriums. Anybody do anything? You guys still do that stuff? A little bit? A little bit. That's kind of how we earn a living, right? So you got these IT companies coming in here telling us, you don't need AV anymore. We can do it. Just put another access point on the end of the network. You don't need AV anymore. What do you guys think? AV's dead? What do you think? Anybody? I don't believe that, and I'm pretty sure you don't either. That is why I want to talk to you today about Crestron Mercury. Crestron Mercury is this one all-in-one console that's going to go on the tabletop and do everything those IT folks can do, only more. And by the same company, the same platform that you're using to do all those other rooms and do all those other capabilities that they can't do. So we keep it all on the same platform so you can monitor, manage, control, and deploy it all on the same platform. What do you think? Does that sound good? All right, so let's check it out. I said let's check it out. There you go. So typical rooms, you might have seen rooms like this. Kind of hard to use, not really sure what to do, not really sure how to start a meeting. And some of those really simple basic rooms, it might not fit the budget right? We have a lot of huddle spaces or freeform spaces. They don't want to spend, clients don't spend a lot of money or don't have a lot of budget for those spaces. They're not always bookable, right? You go on your Outlook or 365 or G Suite or whatever calendar system you're using. A lot of these spaces aren't on the calendar, so you can't schedule them, you can't book them. You don't know if or when they're being used. So they're kind of off the grid. Well, we solve all these problems with Crestron Mercury. Crestron Mercury has everything you need for anything you want to do, for the most part, within the room. So if you want to make conference calls, video conferencing, wired or wireless presentation, anything that you want to do, right here. Makes it really easy to install. So first, we've got wired presentation with HDMI. So everything you need, all the cables come in the box with the console. So you've got extended HDMI from the Mercury to the display, and you've also got a local HDMI right there on the table. So you can plug in your laptop for wired presentation. It's also got Crestron Air Media built in. Everybody here familiar with Crestron Digital, with Air Media? Yep. Okay. You now don't need a separate gateway. You don't need another piece of hardware. You don't have to, there's no more of those extra cable runs. It's built in. Pretty good, right? So now you got wired and wireless presentation capabilities, all in that one console. And that's pretty much all you got to do. Go in there, select wired, I connect my HDMI, auto detect. There's no switching, you just by plugging in the laptop or by turning on your tablet, it automatically shows up on your display. Doesn't get any easier than that. It's also a conference phone, full open SIP conference phone. Whatever SIP server you or your clients are currently using, we work with it. I'm going to show you how easy it is to configure that later on. There's a web-based page. You just go into the page, you type in your information for your SIP server, boom, you're connected. Now, you got the state-of-the-art SIP conference phone on the table. Same console. It's on that 7-inch touchscreen. It becomes your dialer. I'll show you in a second, but it's built right in. The speaker and the 4 microphones that are built in are amazing. This is the best audio quality. It's specifically engineered for voice, for speech, right, for phones. The tonal qualities are very, very natural. It sounds fantastic. So great speaker. It fills the room. It's very natural sounding. There are 4 microphones that give you a 360-degree array, and they are also phenomenal. No more huddling around, or the IP phone or the conference phone at the end or the middle of the table. Also, what's really cool, and people don't really think about it, but it's so important. Those mics are so good that if you got a group of people in your meeting room, right? And of course, you're conferencing or meeting with some other people there at the far end. Now, I don't know about you, but most meetings I'm in, inevitably somebody that's in the near end room gets up and walks over to the whiteboard and starts writing on the whiteboard. And you know what happens with your typical conference phone? What happens? Anybody? Come on, work with me. What happened? What? You can't hear. I'm now not facing the phone, so the people on the other end can't hear me. That's no good, right? Microphones on Mercury are so good, you can walk 20, 30 feet away in a really big conference room. You can turn your back to it and whiteboard. In other words, you can do what you normally do, what you naturally do, and the technology doesn't get in the way. Think about it. That's pretty good. So you get a really, really good conference phone. And the quality is phenomenal. Okay, here you go. You just pick the phone, audio. This particular call was internal, so I just dialed the extension, and there it is. Now I'm calling. The other thing that's pretty cool about it is it's got Bluetooth built in. So if you've started your meeting, you're late to the meeting, or you started your call on your phone, driving into the office, what generally happens? I get to the office, and I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna hang up now. I'll call you right back. Right? Everybody's like, yeah, that's no good. No, there's no calling back, because what? By the way, half the time, what happens when you try calling them back? What's this? No good. You don't get them back right away. Now you've kind of interrupted your thought, the process, the flow. You're wasting time. You're getting frustrated, right? There's no calling back. There's a Bluetooth beacon built into Mercury. So I'm on the call. I walk into the room. I pair it with the Mercury. Now I'm in the middle of my conference call. I don't skip a beat. And I get to use the really phenomenal speaker and microphone right on the Mercury system. Video conferencing. This is the game changer. I might have buried the lead here. This is the game changer. You cannot make a mistake. What do I mean by that? There are tons of different video conferencing or web collaboration platforms out there. Here's a few you might recognize. And then you think, geez, I don't want to, if you're especially on the client side, I don't want to screw up because whatever I choose, I'm now going to be locked into a hardware platform, right? Wrong. Mercury works with all of that. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you want to do, it works. You cannot make a mistake. Now, Crestron, we're really good Microsoft partners, as I'm sure you know. So I imagine you could guess what we standardized on. Anybody? Skype for Business. Thank you. If I had a prize, I'd give it to you. There you go. Oh. So that's right. We standardized on Skype for Business. But guess what? Is everybody here Skype for Business? Is anybody that's in the audience right now not using Skype for Business? Anyone? There's one. Are you using Skype for Business? No, you're using. I get in-meeting invites all the time for Join Me, Zoom, WebEx, right? Slack. I get invites all the time. So now, if you're locked in, if you use anything other than Mercury, you're downloading an application, trying to download that, open it up, run it, execute it. Then I don't know about you, but half the time now I'm texting or emailing, hey, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, right? How many times does that happen? It happens all the time, right? Never again. Never again. So even if you or your client has standardized on a platform, the rest of the world hasn't. You still got to communicate with them. Mercury solves that challenge. Whatever you're running on your laptop, you come in, you connect, you're good to go. Now, we have run into some clients that say, yeah, but we are a Skype for Business house, and I understand that I have to bring my laptop in when I want to share content, but I don't want to have to bring my laptop in just to make a call. I don't want to have to do that. Can you help me? Sure. So, new for InfoComm, we now can run native Skype for Business on Mercury. So when you walk up to the Mercury, there is your Skype for Business UI, your contacts, everything that you right there on Mercury. It's running natively. It's not just a Skype for Business UI like some other solutions. It is Skype for Business. Now the next logical question is, but Jeff, I thought you just told, how'd you know my name? I didn't introduce myself. All right, never. Jeff, how did you know, what happened? You just told me it's got to work with everything. Now you're telling me that it's just native Skype for Business. I'm confused. Don't be. It runs native Skype for Business for the Skype for Business house that doesn't want to have to bring the laptop in. But when your guests come in, it still works with everything else. So they just plug in the USB and the HDMI, and it just works. How amazing is that? Very, right. Did the same thing for Zoom. Said, but we got Zoom rooms. I've got a dedicated PC in the room running my Zoom program. I don't want to have to bring, since there's already a touchscreen on the Mercury, I don't want to have to bring my laptop and Jabra speakerphone in to make a phone call. Why couldn't you just run the Zoom control app on the Mercury? Why not indeed? We do. So you can run the Zoom control app right on the Mercury. You don't have to bring your laptop and speakerphone in just to make a call. And we still work with everything else. So there it is. This is me making a video, Skype for Business video call. I just plugged in USB and HDMI. And I go in and I make a call just like I normally do. And there's Marcus on the other end within a couple of seconds. And that's it. In this particular case, we weren't running the native Skype for Business. We shot this before we did that. I told you Skype for Business native is brand new. But I just pulled it up on my laptop and away I go. Very easy. It's also got room booking and room availability and scheduling built in. So remember, we're talking about some of those spaces you can't find on your calendar. You can't book them. You don't know if they're available or not. Mercury has it already built in. It connects directly to whatever calendar system you're already using. Microsoft Exchange, Office 365, G Suite from Google, whatever, connects directly to those calendars. I'll show you in a second, but when you go in, you can book the room. The calendar or room availability information shows up on the touchscreen on the Mercury. It also shows up on the display in the room. That way, when you show up for your meeting, you know you're in the right place. All the information is there. The flip side of that is, you know if a room is a good place or an available place to meet. So many times you walk in and you say, there's an empty room. Let's go. We'll have a meeting. 5 minutes later, 10 people walk in. It's like, oh, wait a minute. We had a meeting scheduled here. Oh, we didn't know that. You do now. Because again, with Crestron, when you go there, it'll tell you the room is available for the next 5 minutes, the next 3 hours, or the next 3 days. So you know, just because somebody's not there now doesn't mean that that's a good place to camp out and have your meeting. But with Crestron and Mercury, you do. So let's take a look. One touch reserve. There it is. It's reserving. It's talking back to my calendar. Very quickly, you could see it. It was on the Mercury touchscreen, and it's on the room display as well. And again, you got your room name, date and time, how long the meeting, how much time is left in the meeting, or how much longer the room would be available. This was not tied to Fusion at the time, but if you do, you can get the name of the meeting organizer, the start and end time of the meeting. You have instructions right there on how to start your meeting, wired or wireless if you want. And of course, you can customize the background or the logo. So you can put the client logo on there if you'd like. Now, if you do tie that to Fusion, again, you might just want to go direct to your calendar, but if you tie it back to Fusion, there's also an occupancy sensor built into Mercury. You're probably wondering why this isn't bigger with all this stuff in there. There's an occupancy sensor built in. It talks back to Mercury, and you can get all the room usage and device usage data and generate reports and really understand what spaces are being used, when they're being used, how long they're being used, who is using them, how many people use them at any given time. You can understand when people use calls. Is it a Bluetooth call, a SIP call, a web conference call? You can really dig down and really understand how people are using spaces and technology. And you can generate reports, like I said, and it's very easy to install. So every other system is either completely web-based, and again, remember where we started, say, well, don't worry about the AV, you don't need AV. No, we got AV built in, you need to worry about the AV, and it's all right on the Mercury itself. Not behind the display, not under the table, there's nothing else to install. No other cables to run or terminate. That's it. Just drill a 1/4-inch grommeted hole in the table, run your cables, plug it in, wrap it, you're good to go. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to show you now the connectivity and how easy it is. Yep, let's spin it around. Got your LAN ports. That connects back to the network and Fusion if you want it. You got full display control, IR, serial or CEC through the HDMI. USB for your peripherals, your camera, your mic pods. We can talk about that in a minute. HDMI in and out. There are your mic pods. I'll talk to you more about that. There's your camera. We also have 24-volt power supply, or you can power it by PoE+. So again, if you have PoE+, you can power it through the Ethernet. You don't need the power supply. Mic pods, we do have the option for 2 mic pods. But again, the microphones are so good, you don't really need them. The folks that have installed the mic pods generally use them for remote mute. That's generally what they wind up really getting used for. And like I said, so it's easy to deploy. And again, so do you have to go room by room to set these up? Of course not. That would be crazy. You're probably going to be deploying these by the hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, right? So we do everything from the cloud. There's enterprise deployment and provisioning and management. So back when I was telling you, let's see if this will go. All right, pause a second. And also the security I told you about, right? All the security is built in. So this is just a couple of random screenshots from the web page, from the cloud provisioning setup, right? So you can go in and set up your Mercury ahead of time. You can do this even before the hardware arrives. So just like you would an IP phone, you can set up the room names or numbers, your IP addresses, connect to the SIP server, set up do all your settings and parameters for all the devices. Then when they show up, you just go from room to room, plug it in. Any kind of update, you want to change the settings, you want to manage licenses, anything that you want to do, you can do from the web page. You don't have to go to the rooms. So again, to be able to deploy and scale these things in a large quantity, in a large way, across an entire enterprise, it becomes very easy to do. And let's not forget, it is affordable. When we're talking about smaller spaces, and again, the capabilities are good enough for large spaces, but they're priced to scale. They're priced to be able to buy these things in the hundreds or thousands. It's priced for even those small little huddles type spaces. So when a lot of people think about Crestron and they think complicated, they think expensive, not at all. And when you think about some of those IT companies that say, oh, forget about AV, all you need is this or that to add on to the network, and you don't need AV, think again. This is your solution. This is your answer. InfoComm and the AV industry is still relevant, and we're going to push them back. We're going to prove wrong, and you guys are a very, very important part of that. So thank you all very much for your time and attention. Enjoy the rest of the show.